It's a slow day in sports, but we've got bets. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode. Tuesday edition here on Winning Bets. Man, it's a really slow week in sports, as we talked about yesterday. You know it's a slow week in sports. I don't know if any of you play Streak for the Cash on the ESPN app, but when it doesn't have a lot of offerings, you know it's a really, really slow day in sports. That's exactly what they've got going on there on the Streak for the Cash app. They have like Chinese soccer, tennis you've never even heard of, and then gets on into some evening football games going on. But overall, just a very slow day of sports. But we managed to find some bets. But before we do that, let's go ahead and recap yesterday's action. You guys remember on yesterday's show, I gave you 3 NFL prop bets. Well, we went 2 for 1, plus 0.62 units on the night there. Good job, everybody there. We took the Jacoby Myers over 46.5. That one cashed in the first play of the second quarter. He went over 50 or 46 yards, and he ended up going way over 46 yards. I think he ended up with almost 200 yards passing. He's clearly become the number one target to the Patriots, given their current injury situation there at the wide receiver position. Then we took Damian Harris over 48.5 yards. He went over that. That was a sweat. They were using Rex Burkhead way more than I would have liked there in that second half. It seemed like Harris, his opportunities were limited, but he got just enough to go over it. He was sitting at 50 yards, and you're at that spot where it's really uncomfortable for a running back, because they can lose yardage, on any given play. Unlike a receiver, it's really hard for them to lose it unless it's, a perfect, wide receiver screen there for the defense. But he's sitting at 50 yards, then he popped a 21-yard gain and ended the day with 71 yards. So Damian Harris cashed the over for us. The one that tripped us up was Jamison Crowder. He couldn't get over 49.5 yards. I tell you, that game, obviously didn't go way, it predicted there with Jamison Crowder. He's getting double-digit targets every single game this season. And, of course, last night he only gets 2 targets. He caught both of those balls. I thought maybe at the end of the half, when he caught that touchdown, using that toe drag swag there for that touchdown, I thought maybe Joe Flacco would be like, okay, yeah, there's Jamison Crowder. Didn't go to him all half. Got a nice 20-yard gain there just before halftime. Let me go to him in the third quarter. I thought for sure Flacco was going to go to Crowder, but only went to him one other time, as I mentioned, 2 targets in all games. So overall, though, like I said, 2-1 plus 0.62 units on the NFL prop bets. So there we go. That was pretty good. Let's talk about the NFL Eliminator real quick. We knew going into it that the crew was going to take the Patriots. That's, of course, exactly what he did. Boy, did he have a sweat. That was really, really uncomfortable for him. I would have liked to have been sitting there watching that game with him. I'm sure he, just did not enjoy as that game was unfolding. The Jets looked like a real football team, moving the ball on offense, getting stops on defense, but the Patriots came through as they did, kicking that game-winning field goal as time expired. So he moves on, as does myself and S. Lowry, so we'll compete for the $50 prize moving on into Week 10. Let's update the NFL Pickem standings real quick. Let's do the straight, and that was the straight standings. Look at that. Fantastic week pretty much by everyone. VTU Mouth led the way with the 12. That was really outstanding, getting 12 right of the 14 games. 2 people checked in with an 11. 2 people checked in with a 10. The crew was the only one that got slipped up. He comes in with a 4, but he's focused on Eliminator. He's got $50 in front of his face that he's trying to get, so he didn't, maybe he put all of his focus on the Eliminator, but also the NFL is extremely tough. We all get 4s from time to time. So 2 of us are atop the leaderboard with myself, and the others are right behind it right there. So just a fantastic week overall, again, by everybody. If we flip it over to the spread side, again, it's VTU Mouth. What an outstanding week by VTU Mouth. Did absolutely great in the straight. Backed it up with another great finish there, in the spread. He takes the lead. That takes him all the way to the leaderboard right there with what he did there in the spread. Tied with myself right there. Otherwise, a good week by everybody. Again, but the crew. The crew just tripped himself up, but you know what? He stayed on course on the Eliminator. He'll bounce back in the straight and the Pickem because, again, it's a really tough league. The NFL is, and we all have bad weeks. It was his turn for a bad week, but he'll be right back in it. Again, everyone tight leaderboard, and just a real good competition we've got going on there. All right, let's move on now to our free $25 giveaway bet. This is going to be the last one we do. We're on the 4th original winner. He's got a bet for me coming up here, so it's a free $25 bet. If this bet wins, don't forget, I'll be drawing a name out of the hat, and I'll be giving the profits away to a random winner that's drawn out of that. He's going with Bowling Green plus 20.5 tonight, and I found those odds at minus 109 over at DraftKings. So let's go Bowling Green, cover that 20.5 point spread, and net somebody a $23 win on tomorrow's show. As always, don't forget I've got my insurance bet that could possibly cover a losing Bowling Green bet. So either way, there could be a winner tomorrow's show if my insurance bet comes through for you guys. All right, I've got one bet for you guys. You guys know I don't follow college football at all, but got to give myself something to do tonight. I'll be on my phone anyways, periodically throughout the night, so might as well add in checking college football scores to go with it. You guys know, again, I don't know anything about college football, but I took on DraftKings, I took the alternate spread in all three games that's going on in the MAC tonight, and I took them as high as you can get. I took them as high as you can get. So I've got Bowling Green plus 30.5. Bowling Green plus 30.5 is what I've got for myself. The thing I like about this is Streak for the Cash. It has Kent State winning by 15 plus. Streak for the Cash, again, if you play that game, you know how Streak for the Cash is absolutely dialed in with all their picks on, will this team win by 10 plus or 15 plus or 20 plus? They've got it by 15 plus, so I like that I've got double what Streak for the Cash is offering at 30.5. The next team I've got in there is Miami of Ohio at plus 20. Streak for the Cash has got this one straight up. So they must think it's a pretty close game. The real line is plus 10. That's a spot where Streak for the Cash usually says double digits. They didn't do that. So I think Streak for the Cash thinks this is going to be a close game. So I've got plus 20 points for Miami, Ohio. I feel really good about that one. And then rounding it out is the third college football game tonight. I'm going Akron plus 38. Again, I took all three games and took them as high as I can with all the points. Akron plus 38. It's not on Streak for the Cash, so they definitely think this one's going to be a blowout, but let's just hope they lose by 37 or less points, as I've got Akron plus 38. So if you do Bowling Green plus 30.5, if you do Miami of Ohio plus 20, and Akron plus 38, that parlay comes in at plus 127. So just see if we can't get that hit. I told you guys it was a really, really slow week. But, got to have some action on there. Got to have some fun. We're all degenerates out there. Might as well have a little bit of fun and keep our eye on 3 football games. Don't forget, guys, yesterday I made the video for the 2020 Masters Tournament for a chance to win $50,000 on the NBC Sports Predictor app. So if you haven't had a chance, go ahead and check that video out and submit your picks for the $50,000 prize for the Masters Tournament. Should be interesting seeing you're not going to get the pretty scenery and the foliage as you always get. In what is it? Usually playing about mid-April, I believe. So it'll be interesting to see what the course looks like. I look forward to watching the Masters over the weekend. So, well, I'm not going to watch it. Actually, I will be interested in checking the score to make sure my picks win when I'll be watching golf. All right, guys, let's hope our bets win and come back on Wednesday's episode, collect some winnings, and put in some more bets. I'm Jason Mattis. Enjoy your day. Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.